This is exactly what I would do if I only had 3 weeks to get rid of my visceral fat. I have lost fat multiple times, and I recently helped a client drop 10 pounds in under 23 days. So in this video, I'll go over what visceral fat is, how you can know if you have it, and how to lose it. So what even is visceral fat, and how do you know if you have it? So visceral fat is not the fat that you can see, that you can touch. It's inside your body. The fat we can see on our body, that's called subcutaneous fat. That's the loose fat you can see on your body. But visceral fat is inside your body and is around your organs, like your heart, liver, and kidneys. It's very dangerous because it attacks your body from the inside. That visceral fat, it causes inflammations. It leads to diseases like diabetes. So it's something you should take very seriously if you want to live a healthy life and don't die from some disease in a few years. And how you can know if you have a lot of it is if you're fat, like you got a big belly, but it's tight and like hard. You've probably seen it if you're like at a beach or at a pool. Some people they are just looking like loose and soft. They have like fat which is just loose. You can like squeeze it like that. But then there are other people, the skin on their belly is just like tight. It looks like if you had a needle and you do like this on the stomach, it would like explode. They look like a balloon. They look like pregnant. They don't have that like loose, soft look. Their stomach looks like hard. That is a sign that you have a lot of visceral fat. So if you think you have a lot of visceral fat, here are 3 steps on how to lose it. Step 1 is to fix your diet. Because right now, your diet is messed up. You have gotten fat because of your diet. What you have put in your mouth the last years has made you look like you do right now. Because you don't gain fat from a lack of exercise. Because there are a lot of people that don't exercise but they are not fat. Because you gain fat from what you eat. So you need to change how you eat. And the first thing to do is just cut out the bullshit. Cut out the junk food, the alcohol, the bad oils, the high sugar foods, the sweets, all that. You need to start having it much less, then eventually quit. Because that sugar makes you gain fat, and same with the alcohol. But also alcohol and junk food like fast food and sweets, all those foods are calorie dense, and when you eat more calories you gain fat. So it's much harder to be in a calorie deficit and lose fat if you're eating junk food and drinking alcohol. But those foods are also very inflammatory, which messes up your body, makes it very hard for you to lose fat. So you need to quit junk food and alcohol. But don't cut it out right away, because that's what I did in 2023 and it didn't work. I started having junk food again after just like 3 days. The thing that worked for me was slowly having it less and less. So like having junk food once a week, deciding that on every Friday I can have junk food, but not on any other day. And that made it much easier, because I know, for example, at Tuesday, if I wanted to have junk food, I just thought to myself, just let me wait to Friday, then I can have some junk food. Instead of thinking, I can never have junk food again, I can't do this, and then just eating a lot of it and relapsing. So having it once a week helped me a lot. And then going down to once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. And then after that, when I've been going like 3 weeks without it, I just thought to myself, yeah, I could have some junk food now and then go another 3 weeks without it, or I can just go my entire life without it. That was around like November 2023. And I thought, yeah, not eating junk food is not that bad. I don't really think that I'm missing out on anything. Like, I have much more energy now. I have a 6-pack for the first time in my life. I'm building much more muscles, feeling better, feeling healthier. Let me go my whole life without it. And that's what I have done. For now, 1.5 years, I haven't had any junk food. I haven't had like ice cream, soda, chips, chocolate, candy, nothing in over 1.5 years. And my life has just gotten better. Just building more muscles, improve my health even more. I never get diseases. So this is an absolute cheat code. Just cleaning up your diet and staying away from those bad foods. And just think that now it's like very serious. You don't want to get sick at like 60 years old and die because you didn't like take care of your health and couldn't stop junk food. So this is like serious shit. If you have visceral fat, you need to quit junk food. Same with alcohol. Keep it to like 1-2 drinks a week, but then just quit it too. Life is much better without it. And if you don't make sacrifices for your body becomes a sacrifice. If you don't quit junk food, if you don't quit alcohol, you will continue to gain fat, get some disease, be unhealthy, never have like a lean and like good body that you want, like stay unhealthy. So that's the first thing you need to do to fix your diet. And then a very easy thing you can do is just focus on having more protein. Protein is very good for losing fat because it burns calories, it builds muscles, which also helps our body to burn more calories, and it keeps us full, so we will eat less. If you have a high protein diet, you'll realize that you're not gonna eat that much. You have a lot of protein to your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and like one plate of food, if you have high protein foods like ground beef, steak, chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, that will be enough for you. So start having more protein, a lot of meat, and meat actually tastes good. Like steak is my favorite food. So this shouldn't even be something hard for you. Okay, I get that quitting junk food, quitting alcohol is hard, but having more meat, eating more protein, it's not that hard. Maybe in the start, but then you get used to it. And like, I used to enjoy having protein. I feel good. I like the taste of eggs, steak, ground chicken, ground beef, chicken. Like, I enjoy those foods. So focus on having more protein, at least half of your plate with meat. More meat and less carbs. Start doing that. And by the way, if you're an entrepreneur, executive, or busy professional, you can get a free coaching call with me right now. I will help you out with losing fat, building muscles, skyrocket your energy without sacrificing your work. Top link in the description if you want that. Step 2 is walking. So lately I have started walking more. Like, I've been going out for a 5-minute walk a few times throughout the day. At the end of my workouts in the gym, I've been walking on the treadmill for like 20 minutes and sometimes taking like a 10-20 minute walk just outside. And I've seen the results from it. I've gotten a bit leaner. It's also much easier for me to stay lean when I do that. So walking is super powerful and it's so easy to do. You just walk, it's literally like no effort. The only thing is the time. But start doing just 30 minutes a day. Start with that. You don't need to start with 1.5 hours, 2 hours, like 30 minutes. Start doing that. That alone, that is better than nothing, and it will make a difference if you're not already walking 30 minutes a day. And I can understand that you're really busy. If you're an entrepreneur, you're running your own business, or if you have like a really busy job, I completely understand, because myself, I'm working on my business like 10 hours a day. But there are a few ways you can get in that walking. The first one, this is the best one, is getting a walking pad. Basically like a small treadmill you have under your desk, and then you can just walk at that while you're working. That's very like good if you're work from home, because you can just buy one. They are like $200 on Amazon, and you can have meetings, calls, and even write things if you have a voice to text tool on your computer. So like, you say something, the computer writes for you. And if you have that, then you can even do like 1 hour, 2 hours a day. You just do some of your business work while you're walking. So that's the best thing you can do. And yeah, buying one of those very high return investment, because you can literally work while you walk. So you will make back the money you paid for it pretty quick, because it's $200. You make that in a few hours. Or if that's not possible, another thing you can do is you set a time every day which you walk at. It can be in the morning before work. Let's say you wake up at 6:30 a.m. and walk from 6:30 to 7 a.m. Then after that you have breakfast, start working, and just making it a routine. That's a good way. Then another thing I've started doing is I don't have a walking pad currently, because I'm already pretty lean. Walking a lot is not really that important to me, but I still try to get like 20-30 minutes a day. And how I do it is I work on my business. So I'm home sitting at my desk working on my business. But then like every 2 or 3 hours, I take a 5-minute walk, just like around my neighborhood. And this, first of all, it adds up, because if I do that like 4 or 5 times a day, so that's like 20-25 minutes. And it also helps me with my work because I get some fresh air, I get some sunlight, and I actually come back, I'm fresh, I'm more focused than before, and I can produce even better work compared if I would work like 7 hours straight before doing anything else, like I do. I work from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. every morning, but now I take a 5 minute break every 2 or 3 hours, maybe 2 walks in the morning, 2 walks in the afternoon, and yeah, I work even better in that way because that break like refreshes me. So that's something you could do if you divide it. Maybe you do 10 minutes 3 times a day. So you take like a 10-minute walk in the morning, middle of the day, and then one at night. But getting those 30 minutes in a day, it's very possible if you choose one of the methods I said, either walking pad or walking like using the morning 30 minutes straight, or dividing it to smaller walks throughout the day. Step 3 is intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is when you fast every day for an amount of hours. Personally, I do from around 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. and that's 18 hours. The most common one is you do 16 hours. So that could be from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. And having those bigger time periods throughout the day is very good for losing visceral fat because it lowers your insulin levels, which help you lose fat. It also reduces the inflammation around your organs. So it's very powerful, especially for losing visceral fat. And it also boosts the fat burning hormones in our body. It's also a good way to build up discipline. And also, something I have noticed is I'm much more focused. So I fast to 1 p.m. and just a big reason is I can focus much more on my business work. So if you are an entrepreneur or you're having a job which you really need to focus to produce good work, be productive, then fasting can help. And I know it can be hard, like in the beginning, you feel hungry, it's uncomfortable, but just start with a small amount. Delay your breakfast to 9 a.m. if you have it like at 7 a.m. right now. And also, having your last meal earlier is also a very good way. If you have your last meal at 9 p.m., that's the last time you have eat something, then just try to have it at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Let's say you have dinner at 6 p.m., that's your last meal. Then you can literally have breakfast at like 10 a.m. to get 16 hours. But in the beginning, start with a small amount, like 12 hours. Let's say from 8 p.m. you have dinner, then 8 a.m. you can have breakfast. Then make it longer. You have your dinner a bit earlier, then you have your breakfast a bit later. So if you start having dinner at 7 p.m. and breakfast at 9 a.m., there you have 14 hours. And 14 hours is a good amount. You don't need to do like any crazy type of fastings, but just around like 14 hours, maybe come up to 16 hours if you can. That's a good amount. And having water and coffee will help you keep the hunger down. Both water and coffee suppress your appetite, which is very good if you want to lose fat because you won't eat anything and you don't even want to eat anything. So you just have some water, some black coffee when you're fasting in the morning, not when you're doing it at night because that will mess up your sleep. Just have it a few cups of coffee, have a water bottle, metal water bottle, plastic, decrease testosterone, not good. But this is what I would do if I wanted to lose visceral fat in just 3 weeks. Fix my diet, no junk food, no alcohol, more protein, start walking 30 minutes a day, start with fasting, working my way up to like 14, 16 hours a day. But if you do this, you will make progress in 3 weeks. But you probably won't like get rid of everything. It depends on how much fat you have now. But just continue with it because this is a lifestyle. You can't like lose fat, quit junk food, lose the fat, and then start having junk food once you have lost it. Then you will just gain it back. This is a lifestyle change. This is something you should do for months, for years, for your whole life. Remember that I haven't had junk food for 1.5 years because it's a lifestyle. I've had a lot of protein for also the last maybe 2 years. I haven't had alcohol for almost 2.5 years. So like losing fat, being in shape is a lifestyle. It's habits you do daily and never stop doing. And if you want my personal help to lose fat even faster, build some muscles and skyrocket your energy, then go book a free call with the top link in the description and we can talk about your goal, what you need help with. And if I think I can help you, you will have the chance to join my one-on-one coaching. I have over 20 video testimonials. Here's a client I'm working with right now. And I only work with entrepreneurs, executives, or professionals. So if you're that, then go book a call. If you want to make this transformation faster, easier, someone holding you accountable. And then if you want to get to 10% body fat, go watch this video right here. Because here I go over the honest truth about getting to 10% body fat. Become react. Bah!